That's a moment so wholesome you'll never forget it as long as you live. My best friend's biggest dream has always been to have a beautiful wedding dress, and so when she was getting married, we all pitched in to get her this gorgeous tailor-made dress. She loved it so much she sobbed when she first saw it, and every time she tried it on she'd blush and again tear up because of how good it looked. When her husband first saw her in it, he actually gasped, and during their vows he said that even Aphrodite would be jealous of his wife. My friend always planned to wear this dress again for her 10-year wedding anniversary, but sadly, about a year ago, her husband was involved in a bad work accident. He was laid off, and the company he worked for since he was 16 refused to compensate him or pay for any medical bills. We all thought this was unfair, and so my friend ended up shelving out most of their savings to take it to court. During trial, the corporate lawyers argued that her husband was not following safety guidelines and wasn't wearing a helmet. His shin was broken and his head was perfectly fine, and the judge somehow ruled against my friend. What's even worse is that a month later, my friend found a picture of the CEO of the company with the judge assigned to the case. She used this to submit an appeal to force a retrial, but the photo was dismissed, irrelevant to the ruling. She was devastated and found herself swamped with all kinds of bills. And because of this, she came to me crying. She said she needed to sell her wedding dress to pay the bills without going into debt, and she begged me to let her keep the money. She promised to pay back the amount I chipped in as soon as they had the money. My heart broke for her, because even saying the words "sell it" made her choke up and cry harder. I told her it was okay and gave her a huge hug. I desperately wanted to somehow help her, so that night I came up with a plan. I signed up for the website she listed her wedding dress on and bought the dress anonymously. It came in a huge box packaged in a wedding dress garment bag, and had a handwritten note from her where she told the anonymous buyer that she hoped it made them feel as beautiful as it did her. I smiled ear to ear when I got it, and instantly jumped to my calendar to find the perfect day to give it back to her. The day I chose was her birthday, which was just a month and a half away from her 10-year anniversary. I came over to her house with my big box way earlier than anyone else, and when she answered the door, she was surprised to see me. She asked why I was here so early, and I told her I had something I wanted to give to her in private. She oohed excitedly and welcomed me in. "What's in the box?" her husband asked me. I told him he'll find out soon, and without saying anything else, I grabbed my friend's hand and ran upstairs with her. We went into her room, and the whole time I had this devilish grin. I could tell she was a mix of nervous and excited, but before she could even get a word out, I told her to open the box. She asked if there was anything she should know before opening it, and I shook my head, telling her to just open the damn box. Y'all, when I tell you I've never seen someone so happy in my life. As soon as she saw what was in the box, she gasped and lunged herself at me. Before I even knew it, snots and tears were covering my shoulder. She then pulled back and covered her hands over her mouth because she couldn't even find words. She just kept staring at the dress, then at me, then back at the dress. She wouldn't stop shaking and sniffling either. And after a good few minutes, she pecked my cheek and started squeezing me, yelling, "You're the best," over and over. After a lengthy embrace, which made me tear up too, I told her to go wash up, wipe her tears, and come back to try it on. She did exactly that, and as she slipped into the dress, she couldn't hold back and started crying again. I eventually managed to usher her downstairs with the dress, and when her husband saw her, even he teared up. I asked her about it later, and apparently that's the first time she's ever seen him cry.